Hello and welcome to a pre-season edition of Talk of the Town. We are your media team. This podcast, obviously, about everything Exmouth Town Football Club. If you're new, welcome to the club. Welcome to Exmouth Town. Get yourself a drink, take a seat. You're in for a hell of a ride as always. Nath, you all right, mate?
Yeah, good. Yeah, looking forward to. I mean, it goes so quickly, doesn't it? The break. It was literally next week. We're playing against Yeovil in the start of pre-season. Then all of a sudden, it's we're back to business with the Saturday, Tuesday. So it's but it's been very short. It sort of snuck up on me yesterday that Christ, it's really not long, and obviously went down earlier this week to last Saturday for pre-season to see the first session. Caught bits of it, saw again the volunteers doing an incredible job, and yeah, plenty that we're going to touch on here. And obviously it's been a bit tough for you, but how have you been, Egg? Are you looking forward to season starting too?
On a personal level, I just want to thank everybody for their well wishes and stuff. I did have a minor health issue last week. I'm okay, I'm fine. But thank you to all of the well wishes, support, and everything. It's really appreciative. But back to the football because that's what we're here for.
We do.
Um, it doesn't. I remember we were talking on the way to Evesham that the season. It felt like it was only yesterday the season had started and that we were waiting for that street game. It only feels like yesterday that we were in Evesham for that playoff game. It doesn't feel like
Yeah.
it feels like it's just gone like that, which is a good thing because I miss my Saturdays at football and obviously at town. There is a plethora of news, so we should touch on the preseason stuff in a minute because Nave's been down and talked to people. There is more news than I can actually fit on my pieces of paper, so I'm going to forget some stuff. Memberships are on sale now. They are exactly the same as last season. Um, we'll put all the information up on the social media and we'll put all that out. We've been doing the preseason stuff at the minute because that's obviously we're running up
Yeah.
to that. Um,
Yeah, if you
for,
missed the post, yeah, the,
yeah,
the only the only thing is the concession price is still that's the only thing I botched that. I'll put my hands up and I botched that one on the post. But yeah, so aside from that, it's literally the exact same. Obviously, no access to the pod that was there last season. But pretty much all the benefits are the same. You get all the preseason games are free, and that's the main incentive, as well as the Devon Bowl games too. So you get some free games in there. The FA Cup and the trophy ones are charged, but outside of that, it's still a great offer, and we obviously really appreciate any support that you can give, if whether it's the support membership or the gold membership, and we hope that we can make it worth your while as a club if you do choose to do that. And if you do want to, please email the club. If you want to just do it direct from this, go on the website. There's like a way to contact the club through that, and then straight away, or just drop us a message. We'll point you in the right direction.
yeah. Appreciative to everybody who had one last season, and thank you to everyone who's either renewed or is planning on getting one this year. All your support is greatly received. We haven't got a foreign billionaire back in the club. All the money that comes from you, the supporters and sponsors and everything goes towards keeping the lights on, essentially. While we're talking about sponsors, thank you to Search for Local. They are sponsoring the front of the shirt for the third consecutive season, I think it was. Thank you to all their support. Kits are obviously manufactured by Swaz again, so thank you to Swaz for everything. Thank you to all the other sponsors as well who have obviously come on board. The War Topping scheme is available again, I think, but thank you to everybody
Yes.
who's renewed
Yeah.
on that. Adam is posting loads of stuff on that on the MTC Facebook group. If you're not in that group, join now and you'll see all these posts and stuff. There are, I think there's opportunities to sponsor players. I think if someone sponsored a player last season, they get first refusal. So if you want to sponsor a player, contact Adam or any of the club socials and we'll put you in the right direction. Game and match door sponsors are also available. There's
Yes.
so much stuff you can sponsor and support the
The beer
club.
garden
The
too
beer
now as
garden, there's
well. We want
tables you can sponsor, beer garden. There's match boards obviously around the perimeter. Devonair had one last year. You Thrifty had one. There's loads you if to suit whatever your needs are, your business company. Personally, if you want to sponsor, I know some of the Torquay supporters sponsored. Wimborne a couple of seasons ago, because obviously that tied in with Hilly and Tim Seals and stuff. So all your support is greatly received. Contact us, the socials, or the club, and they'll sort you out and tell you what's available. That's everything from the sales pitch point of view. Me and Nathan aren't salespeople. I don't know if you've noticed there. Um, there's been so many work parties going on. I know Nath mentioned that he went down and saw one last Saturday when the lads were training. I went down a couple of weeks ago and brought them all donuts. I was worried I'd brought too many donuts, then turned up and was worried I hadn't brought enough. There was so many people down there painting and doing stuff. The ground looked fantastic, and that was a month ago.
Mhm.
Mark
Pitch
also,
looks lovely.
yeah, shout out to Mark as well, Mark Upcott. The pitch looks fantastic. It looked really good a month ago when I was down there, and it looks even better now. It looks fantastic. So thank you to all those guys who've given their time for painting, doing stuff in the beer garden. Hilly was painting the away dugout, which was a sight to behold. Yeah, the ground looks fantastic. Thank you to all those guys who've given up their time to go and do that. Shout to Colin, Martin, Duncan, all the MTC guys. Um, yeah, I think there's no other major works gone on, as we haven't like built a new stand or
No. It's been that. Yeah, that's about it really. And yeah, just echo that as well. It's been incredible to see like everyone come down and see the pictures on the WhatsApp group, the Mufftown Casual WhatsApp group, and just to see all that's been really encouraging. And so many people obviously getting behind. It's what makes this club so special. So yeah, shout out to all of you, Joe, everyone. You keep going. I guess I think there's another one this Saturday as well. So
yeah,
there's plenty going on and plenty of people trying to help out push this club forward.
yeah. There was, I think there's been people down. I've gone past a couple of times. People always cutting the grass and stuff. There's always been someone at the club doing something when I've gone past or when I've gone down and looked at stuff. Um, if you're not on the MTC group, find us on Facebook, join that group. There's also the WhatsApp group as well. We can put you in the right direction for all those stuff. That's kind of where all the work partying stuff kind of happens, because it's, without trying to sound like we're kind of full of ourselves, it's really difficult for me to keep up with everything they're doing, because there's so much stuff they're doing, and we are a teeny tiny little bit. They're the guys that deserve all of the credit and everything that they've done. They are the heroes of the club since we've been, well, all the way through the season and through the summer. Exmouth Town under 16s girls are moving up to under 18s. They're looking for players. There was a post on Exmouth Town community, and I think there's been stuff on the academy or the youth thing as well. So if you know anybody and they want to play football, contact them. I'm assuming that there's probably opportunities for boys of various ages as well and other girls. My little one's far too young to play under 16, under 18s, but she has got that mentality that she probably would be fine. Um, but MTC have got their AGM coming up soon as well. Thank you to Duncan, who's been chairman for the last season, few
Yeah,
months.
yeah.
Yeah, however long. Absolute legend. He's stepping down. So there's going to be some elections and stuff going on with that. Um, don't quite understand the elections. I don't understand the elections and all those sorts of things work at the best of times. So contact them. They'll be able to explain what's going on there. Um, Terry has stepped in as chairman. We just want to thank Stuart for everything he's done for the club in his time. I know there was some posts and stuff going out, but thank you to him for everything he's done. He's going to go take a well-armed rest. Being a chairman is pretty much a full-time job. I've seen it when I was at Tavistock, and me and Nathan have seen obviously what Stuart goes on behind the scenes. So thank you to him. We shall try and speak to Terry at some point as well, whether that be on camera or whether that be a written thing. But we'll obviously keep that communication going from the club to the supporters and everybody involved. The thing I was in hospital for was a respiratory issue, so if I start coughing and going blue, don't panic. I'm fine. Um, the FA Cup. We are not playing in the preliminary round, which means we've already got through to the second. We're already through a round. We haven't even
We're a
kicked
step ahead.
We're a
Yeah,
step
we've
ahead.
got to the preliminary round.
So that's success already. Without even kicking a ball, we're already through to the next round. The next round, we will enter the FA Cup at the 16th. That is the preliminary round. FA Trophy is the 23rd of August. The draws are soon, next couple of weeks, I think, and it's done.
Yeah.
We find out who we're playing in the next round and stuff. It's all, but once we know
Yeah, they
those,
do two at once,
yeah.
don't they? I think, yeah. So we'll know who we've got, even if we're not in the first bit.
Last season it was quite kind to us. I think we played all our cup games at home, didn't we? Devon Bowl.
Yes, yeah,
Include
at
Devon
least,
Bowl game
yeah,
as well.
yeah, pretty much, definitely the cup and trophy, yeah, because obviously started with Street, and then I forgot of Brixham, obviously,
Wrexham.
yeah,
What
the
a farm
Brixham
that was.
debacle, and then yeah, and then obviously Kidlington, and then unfortunately Horndean, which was a bit of a disappointment, but maybe this year's the year for a cup run. You never know, you never know. So hopefully this year.
And we've obviously had the Club World Cup. I'm wearing my Our red shirt. Um, that is obviously a complete rip-off to the Devon Bowl. Devon Bowl is the official Club
That's
World
it.
Cup, I suppose, and it's the biggest competition in the world. We've never won, I don't think. So this year, maybe this year we will win it. Um, yeah, we can be the official Pride of Devon, even though we already know we are. Fixtures out for the league are on the 14th, week commencing the 14th of July. Some point during that week they'll come out.
Yeah.
Um, we kind of already know the league makeup. We're not going to go into that. Don't think there's any surprises in there. There's a new
We've lost Bemerton. Some people, I don't know if
oh yeah,
people know
Badminton.
that, but we've lost Bemerton. They've gone down to the Wessex League voluntary relegation. A couple of interesting clubs have gone down, come up. Some familiar faces. Some new teams. Sporting Club Inkborough. Had to Google them, but they seem like they're on a really good rise at the minute. Unfortunately, they are in Worcester, so a bit long. But outside of that, Swindon Supermarine, Frome, it's names you'll know that are based around this league, and obviously you've got Portishead, and Brixham who have come up as well, and that will be Brixham will be a fun one, I think, for a lot of the fans. So nice day out. Hopefully it's in the summer.
Yeah, we don't want Brixham in the middle of the winter. That's going to be cold. Um, there's Hartpury University have come up as well. Looking at their ground, that looks
Yes.
really good as well. Actually, their ground, they've got a nice main stand and stuff. It's obviously university, so I'm looking forward to that one personally, and getting to some new grounds I've not been to. That's everything I think football wise. Signings and the team. We'll start off with the players that have gone because
Hmm.
Tom Bath has left and has signed for Willand. Thank you to Tom for his 18 months at the club. Scored a lot of goals, worked tirelessly. I know he kind of was on the bench towards the end of the season with some injury problems. Didn't really moan, kind of. I think just carried on as normal. Gave his all for the club, so we wish Tom all the best. Jack has signed for Portishead. He's from that kind of area. We wish Jack all the best as well. It's frustrating that we never saw the best of Jack while he was with us because of the injury against Brixham. Um, that's football. It happens. It's nice to just, as a person, see Jack back on the pitch. So we wish Jack all the best as well, and Tom. Obviously, those two will come back and score their customary goal against their former team, probably when we're 3-1 up. So that's fine. They can have that in the last few minutes yet. And Tor has signed for Tiverton. Tor signed just after Christmas, before Christmas,
Yes, Boxing Day. Boxing Day
Boxing
was
Day.
his first game, so just before he came with, pretty soon after Luke or before Luke.
Yeah, so played a big part towards the running as well. So we wish Tor all the best for the coming season. We'll see him in pre-season as well because we are playing Tiverton pre-season. That's the three that have gone. Um, Obviously Frankie is not coming back. We wish Frankie all the best. Luke Steer is about for pre-season until the end of September. He is going to university to continue his education. So we wish Luke all the best. He's always going to be part of the squad pre-season and start the season. Just in case we don't do one of these. Thank you for everything you've done so far, Luke. Go smash at university. Don't do what I did at uni and just go on the beer. Um, Moving on to the signings that have come in. Every last two seasons, summers, I don't know if you know, it feels like Dave and Hilly just keep continuously astounding us with the players they have attracted to the club and the names of people they've brought in. And I mean that in like not being sarcastic, like some of these names when they've popped up in our little group chat, I've gone, oh wow, that's
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, there's some big signings in there. I mean, we'll start at the back of the pitch. Aaron Deering. I mean, that's someone that you'll be familiar with being at Tavistock. A lot of town fans probably will be. He's been a top goalkeeper at this level for a few years now, and someone that is coming in and helping out, and going to be a really good. I think he was man of the match in one of the games against Tavistock. I can't remember which one, but he played really well against Town in in one of the 2 seasons ago. But yeah, top goalkeeper, and he's going to be coached by Martin Rice. So pretty good partnership there. And Martin Rice, obviously, we've got an interview with him coming soon. Just a brief one like about joining the club, etc. And yeah, he's willing. He really wants to give coaching a good go, and he's been, he wants to get back into the game. And then, again, you're learning from someone that's been there and done it at the highest level. So it looks to be a good little partnership there with Aaron Deere and Martin Rice. And looking forward to seeing him in goal because he's top goalkeeper.
Yeah, it speaks volumes that when we were told that Aaron was joining the club, that it was a case of wow, that's a really solid signing. He's obviously vastly experienced at this level, very knows the ropes, knows what he's doing, been around the block once or twice with in non-league. Um, and the fact that Tavi were supporters on social media were very gutted to see him go, I think speaks volumes as well. They wished him all the best, obviously signing for us, but that is a massive signing. And I just don't think we have to worry about the goalkeeping department this year. Um, Martin Rice obviously comes in vastly experienced as well. Um, for me, it's a bit surreal seeing the keeper that was playing for Exeter when I used to go as a young boy, now playing for Exmouth or part of Exmouth's coaching staff. Was at the club previously, has come back. So great. It's a great addition to the club on and off the pitch. So welcome to both those. Um, then we have also signed Sam Morecambe, sorry, from Buckland, and Ed Butcher, who was at Westbury.
Yes, Westbury Polton before you may probably recognise him more from that because he didn't quite, I think he struggled to get a lot of minutes at Westbury, but Polton, he was a pretty regular player there.
The standard, if you live in that area, everybody seems to have played for Polton at some point in the past. I don't know a great deal about either of them. Welcome to both of them, obviously. Very telling on social media again that supporters of both clubs and their former clubs were wishing them luck and were kind of gutted that they didn't either go back to Polton or didn't stay at Westbury, or Buckland as well were very supportive and were very
Yeah,
vocal and their luck to him, but were also quite disappointed he wasn't going to be suiting up for them again this coming season. So that's really exciting. We were told what positions they played, and I've completely forgotten. So I'm
yeah, no, I can take that. Sam Morecambe's a left back, can play all the way down the left, but primarily as a left back, and has been seen as one of the best left backs at Western League level for a couple of years now, and was someone that, by the sounds of it, was we did well to get because there was more than one club in for him. It wasn't just us, and he obviously sees the vision. He wants to be at this level now, and he's chosen Exmouth to play his football. So it's a really good sign in that, especially when you are able to get past a number of clubs for a player. That almost tells you a little bit because not 3 or 4 clubs, I don't know how many, but if a lot of clubs are going for a player, it usually tends to mean they're good. Because if you're bad, then ain't no club really going to go for you. So we're getting a good player there at left back, obviously, to compete with Josh in that position and potentially can play further forward as well if necessary. Ed Butcher is a winger. Obviously, with Tor going, there's a bit of a gap there out wide, and he's someone that again has been there, done it. Someone that Dave knows well. It's more one that he's engineered, and yeah, just a quick player that he's going to be quite tricky. And so then you've got him, you've got Ben, you've got Ace. So again, we're looking strong out wide too. So it's more just again bolstering options, bolstering competition, and that makes everyone play at their best. And that's where those two players come in. And I think, yeah, really exciting on both ends to have players like that, especially when Sam Morecambe's one that I'm looking forward to watching because I ain't never seen him play before. I've seen Ed Butcher obviously through against us, but never seen Morecambe play, but he comes highly rated.
Yeah, and it probably speaks volumes to the fact that players are coming to us because they know they're going to get looked after, they're going to get minutes, they're going to get treated. Not saying players don't get treated well at other clubs, but they're going to get the support. They've obviously got they're looked after by the club. Supporters are obviously there, always got their back and stuff. So it's credit to Dave Hilly and everybody at the club and all the supporters as well that people are choosing to come to us instead of going to someone a bit bigger or chasing the money. Everybody obviously players sign for what a multitude of reasons. So credit to everybody there. Nathan's decided to go black and white for some reason. I don't know why. And then
The sun just dropped completely. Then I don't know what happened. It just went in with the lights on now.
you haven't got to. I know that the next signing is the one that I'm incredibly excited about, but you haven't got to go lower your lights or anything. We've also signed Matt Wright, who I don't think we need to do an introduction for. Has scored a lot of goals at Tiverton. Was that Taunton or was I dreaming that? He was at Taunton.
Yes, Taunton. Yeah,
Scored
that's
a lot
where
of
I
goals at
saw it. He
Taunton.
was really good at Taunton.
Scored a lot of goals last season at Plymouth Parkway. Um, Obviously losing Jack and Tom was a bit of a worry. As soon as it popped up, well, we were told that Matt was signing for us. Any worries I had with goals have gone out the window. That is a hell of a signing. Matt, welcome to the club. Um, I don't think we need to say any more with the wingers we've got and with Matt's ability to just score at will. I don't think we have to worry about relegation again.
No, he's a top player. I remember watching him at Taunton.
Yeah.
Like he's a really, obviously probably was a little bit quicker in those times, but he's still someone that can find the back of the net at any point. I mean, that front three of like I think it was Dan Sullivan, Rocky Neal, and Matt Wright. I mean that's like a streets won't forget for this level sort of thing or level above. So yeah, top player, and we've got another brief interview with him as well coming soon. Yeah, he's a good guy, good player as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him playing again. Hopefully, we can supply him the goods, and if we do, then he's gonna deliver because that's what he does. That's what he's done his whole career.
Yeah, I think that's a really solid batch of signings. I don't think you could have wished for more signings really, other than the fact Ronaldo has signed a contract to stay in Saudi Arabia. I know Dave and Hilly were on the phone to him a couple of times. There was a language barrier there. He couldn't understand what they were saying, but that's fine. And also everybody else within the squad that was here last season has
Yeah,
stayed.
bar the three we mentioned.
Bar the three we mentioned and Frankie. Everybody has chosen to stay. And I think that has to be credit to Dave Hilly, again, the club, for all of them choosing to stay. I think that's continuity. That's something we've maybe missed a little bit. We go into last season, it was a bit of an unknown. So I think that kind of on the pitch, we can kind of maybe go into the season with a little bit of optimism, not saying we're going to win the league, not saying we may not make playoffs again, because the league is very different, and there's obviously the teams that come down are got a lot more resources and stuff available to them. But I think we're probably in for another really good season on the pitch. We should win a lot of games as well, which is obviously what it's about.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, the good signings. I don't know if that. I'm pretty sure there'll probably be. I assume maybe a couple more. I don't know. We're at that stage of preseason now where it's trial, so there's a lot of players. When I went on, they were happy to give players an opportunity and a chance. If they'd messaged Dave, Kev, or Rolo and said, like, look, I want to play, I want to get a chance. The club are happy to give them a chance to try and prove themselves in training, and then obviously a certain select few, I guess, will be at some of the games and get some opportunities. We saw that the last couple of seasons. I'm pretty sure that's been a thing probably every season. Not always works out, but I mean, look, Frankie was on trial here last year and did pretty well off that. So it's we'll have opportunities to see some players we've not spoken about and perhaps don't even know their name. But we'll see that throughout preseason, and it's a packed schedule for preseason. I'll just touch on our schedule for it. So obviously we start on Saturday against Yeovil, which is probably sort of the joint biggest friendly, especially in terms of playing a first team. It's the biggest one. That's going to be really good. Then Tuesday, Plymouth Parkway at home, 7:30 kickoff. On the 12th, we travel to Tiverton, sort of a traditional friendly, both of those two, Parkway and Tivy. We're away for that, so it's a ladies' meet. I think it's ladies' meet, isn't it? And that will be a 3 p.m. kickoff. Then on the 15th, Tuesday, away to Crediton, 7:30 kickoff. Then the biggest, probably the strangest friendly of the summer. I think at this level, Stoke under 23s come to Exmouth, and we will play them on the Friday, 7:45 kickoff for that. And then again, another traditional one off to Columpton on the 22nd. That's a 7:45 kickoff. The mystery 26th one, we're gonna have to chase that up. I'm not sure if we have a game or not on the 26th, but we were told that is a date we were looking to play. So whether we do or not, I don't know, but we will find out. If not, then it's off. We're at home, to Taunton, which is a new one for us, I think, in terms of Exmouth playing Taunton. I maybe before, but at least it's my time here, we've not played them yet, and they're an exciting team. Made some good signings. That'll be a real test just before the season starts. That's on the 29th, 7:45 kickoff. And then again, the traditional one, same as last season, away to Budley on the Friday, which is 7:30, which means you've got your 2nd of August free to what's they call it, badger, go to a non-league game somewhere else and maybe scout some opposition for this season. But yeah, so that's the schedule. I say we'll chase up the 26th. Aside from that, it's a good schedule. There's a lot of tests in there, a good range. You've got Yeovil and Stoke, which are the really tough ones, and then Plymouth, Tivy, Taunton. That's a test, but again, it's going to be competitive. in a league that obviously eventually we want to be in. And then Crediton, Cullompton, Budley, they're different sorts of tests. So we're the favourites to win, but I think Crediton beat us a couple of years ago, or I was Newton Abbott, but
Yeah.
Crediton, gave us a really good game in the Devon Bar. I want to say I could be completely lying.
We won on
And then
pens, I think, that night, didn't we?
yeah, and then Cullompton and Budley were good games last season. And again, it's given different sort of tests. So we're going to be the favourites against Cullompton and Budley. So then we've got to play and put it on them in a different way to how we would against Yeovil or Stoke, where it's probably a bit more about how you are out of possession and trying to be dangerous on the break, etc. So good schedule, and obviously we'll hope to see you all on Saturday for the Yeovil game, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, Yeovil have promoted this game a lot as well. We've been in touch with them, our counterparts, media counterparts, Dan. They are treating it like a proper game. They're not turning up. I would assume they're going to turn up with their first team or as a really strong side. They've been really respectful as well. So thank you to everybody at Yeovil. If you're a Yeovil fan living in the area, I know there's a few. Come down, see what we're about. And yeah, I the Stoke one still completely baffles me, but I'm not complaining. Delilah was delighted when she found out that she was coming to the seaside. That's a massive game. Yeovil as well. Come support the lads. Budley as well. I went to Budley last year, and I couldn't even get in the car park. So if you're going to go Budley, get there early. That's always a really nice night as well. And I'm going to try and get some Budley games this year, because it's nice to go and support the teams that are around us. And I think there's quite a few Exmouth who are playing for Budley now as well. The lads who were with us during the Western League and Peninsula League. So that'll be nice. Last year, I do remember Hilly did run the line in that game, and I jokingly said, at least you won't have to do that this coming season. How wrong was I? We're opening the contest of what Kevin Hill does this year. The craziest, more obscure answers probably going to be the correct ones. Football is almost back. We are so close to that first game against Yeovil. The lads are back in pre-season training. They've been back. I think they've done 4 or 5 sessions already. And from seeing what the running and stuff they were doing last year, they're going to come back fitter than ever. Some supporters have said that they'd seen various members of the squad out jogging and running in the gym and stuff. So the lads have obviously taken it very seriously over the summer. I'm really excited to see what this season has. I kind of guess we're going into it with no real pressure. I suppose last season we went into it a little bit worried what was going to happen from the season before. If we make the playoffs again, absolutely fantastic, great achievement. If we don't, we keep building. The squad is fantastic. Dave and Hilly have put a lot of time, effort, and the club have been working their absolute socks off behind the scenes. As has Nath. There's a lot more content and stuff to come. We've got quite a few plans and stuff in place. Radio is going to be back this year, isn't it? I assume.
Yes, yeah, for away games only. Still, that it remains. The signal in Exmouth doesn't change.
No.
But hopefully the signal's good in all these new clubs, and yeah, we'll look forward to bringing that to you guys. We'll probably not be around for pre-season, just because a lot of the away fixtures are in the evening, and the one on a Saturday I'm not available to make. So a lot of the away ones I come from work, so if I do go to Cullompton, I'm probably not going to have time to lug all my stuff over there. Not it's a whole lot, but it'll come back for the season. So once the fixtures come out, you'll have an idea of when we'll be able to get that going again. But looking forward to doing that as well, hopefully. And I just can't wait for the fixtures to come out, because you want to start planning. You want to start knowing where you're going, and they've left it a little bit late this year, and the 14th feels, or even if it's the 14th, it might be later than that. But I just can't wait to just start seeing where we're going to be and when.
I'm more optimistic what our local game is going to be on that bank holiday Monday, because last year it was Yate.
Yate, and then Helston on Boxing Day.
yeah, too.
Someone's got to get Mauser on Boxing Day. That's the only worry.
Ink, whatever they've been called.
Boarding
ink.
Horrible that.
I've bought a new camera as well, so it's got Wi-Fi, so you'll be able to get some clips and stuff. We're going to plan to do that during games. Probably home games, maybe not away games. But there's loads of stuff going on with media-wise and content. There's loads of stuff happening at the club. Shirts are still on sale on Swaz. MTC have got some new merch coming out. I know that they've put up new logos and stuff that's going on merch.
Yes.
There is so much stuff going on that I physically couldn't fit on all these pieces. I got 4 or 5 pieces of paper and I couldn't write it all down. There's so much going on. It's unreal. Buy memberships. come down early for the Oval game, have a beer, sit in the club, the beer garden, because they put a lot of work into that as well. Um, Football's almost back. Away days are almost here. Yeah. Nath, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the score against Yeovil going to be?
Uh, because it's the first one of pre-season, I reckon. Oh, you got to be honest. You got to be objective. 4-2 to Yeovil, but we'll score twice. I mean, that's fair. They are a national. This is their job to play football. So you'd like to think they'll win for their sake. Obviously, I hope we win, but
Well, you
it is
say
their
that. You said that about Auckland City a part time, and they drew one
true.
on.
They drew at Boca Juniors, didn't
They
they? Yeah,
drew at Boca
true. Well,
Juniors, so
well,
as long as
4-all, 4-all, 4-all. There you
yeah,
go. Al Ali Porto style, 4-all.
we'll channel our Auckland City against Boca and not against Bayern. Ace high last minute.
Oh,
No pressure,
to
Ace.
make it 4-all, come back from 4-0. I've seen Yeovil capitulate from 3-0 before, so let's make it 4-1.
That would be the most expectant thing ever if we peaked in our first pre-season game. Anyway, we'll leave that there. We'll see you all soon. Keep an eye on the socials because there's going to be so much stuff coming out. There's so much news. Football's almost back up the town. Summer's almost over.